lovely mother.
Hi, I'm Janette.
And I'm excited because today we are going to talk about the best Mickey-shaped snacks today, or the best Mickey-shaped treats. So I'm excited to go through this. I told my mom to pick five, basically the top 5 Mickey-shaped snacks and treats. Also, if you hear any background noise, I have my cat here at my mom's house, and the 2 girls have been fighting all morning.
Growling at
They're
each
okay
other.
though. They're just like play fighting, but they're not used to always seeing each other, so they're good though. All right. So what is in your number 5?
Okay, well, obviously there are a million snacks
There are.
made in Mickey shape, but I went with the ones that I have tried.
Well, I guess I should say I have 5, and then I also have 5 honorable mentions.
Oh God, okay. Well, you didn't tell me to do honorable mentions.
No,
I could do
I
that
ended up
too.
thinking two
I
honorable
didn't. I did
mentions,
5 of snacks, and instead of going with things that I like because I would probably like them, I went with things that definitely I had. So the fifth one is the cinnamon roll.
Okay.
The big Mickey cinnamon roll with the icing on top. I do like that. I'm not a cinnamon roll person on a regular basis. I try to stay away from all that stuff. It's not good for me. But when it is around, it is very good. So I picked the cinnamon roll. I think it's cute. I think it's great. It's very big, but I think it has a great flavor. So I went with the cinnamon roll.
Yeah, so there are a few places you can get the Mickey-shaped cinnamon roll. You can get them on Main Street in Magic Kingdom. There's a location in Animal Kingdom. You can get them too. Yeah, I feel like those are the 2 main locations you can get them.
There's got to be someplace in Epcot that has them, I guess, in the morning somewhere.
Epcot has them, I think, in like where the Starbucks area type
the
of thing
Connections
is.
Eatery.
Yeah, I think sometimes they have it, but I don't think they always have
Not
it.
always, no. But I remember having it at Magic Kingdom. We've gotten it once. Once I had it, definitely, at Magic Kingdom, where you come down Main Street.
Yeah, so no, for sure. I definitely like the Mickey-shaped cinnamon roll as well. And my number 5, I put the Mickey-shaped pretzel because I really love the pretzel in a general sense. So I like the pretzel too because a lot of people like it with the cheese, right? And there's a lot of soft pretzels in the park. So there's a lot of options for soft pretzels. Now I know like the pepper jack pretzel is one of the top ones. The Bavarian pretzel from the Germany Pavilion is one of the top ones. But I will say I do think the Mickey-shaped pretzel is still very good. Now there are a lot of pretzel connoisseurs out there who rank this one lower in comparison to all the soft pretzels.
Really? Okay. I've only had that one. Okay.
Yeah, because there's so many pretzel options, honestly. But I think the Mickey-shaped pretzel is great. I don't know. I think it definitely tastes great. I think it's a perfect amount of salt on it as well. I don't dip it in anything. I just eat it dry. And even when you eat it dry, I think it still tastes pretty good. Now, some people are shocked when I tell them I eat a dry pretzel because I live in Philadelphia, so soft pretzels are a big thing in Philly, of course. Right. And a lot of people really like their soft pretzels with the mustard and stuff. I do not like mustard. I'm not a mustard person. But I do think that's interesting just in the sense that in Disney World, there's like no mustard options usually with pretzels. Like you have to go to a place that has the mustard.
Yeah, unless you happen to be getting one where they're selling like Frankfurters or something like that.
It's like Disney always pairs the pretzels with cheese, which I always think is interesting. Right. Whereas again, where I'm from, it's always paired with mustard. So I just think it's interesting, just like culturally, what pretzels get paired with. But I love the Mickey-shaped pretzel. I think it's good. And recently, the more times we've been going down, it's like I've been wanting the pretzel when I get there, which is interesting. So, and I think the pretzel also works well too, both as a shared snack or also could be like a meal replacement.
Yes, I've done that. Yes,
because it's pretty big and it's pretty dense, honestly. So if you just eat that whole pretzel, like that could basically be like a little mini meal. So, all right, what's in your number 4?
Well, number 4 is the pretzel.
The pretzel,
And like I said, I'm a purist too. Do not like the cheese sauce.
Yeah, we don't dip it in anything.
No, don't like the cheese sauce. I just don't like the cheese sauce. I don't like mustard on my pretzel. I like my pretzel plain with salt. That's the way I like my pretzel. And I love the Mickey pretzel. And I have substituted a lunch for it. I've gotten the pretzel over by Animal Kingdom. They have this little stand that has like fruit and different things. And I've gotten the pretzel and some watermelon and made that my lunch when I was eating carbs. So I have to say that I really like the Mickey pretzel. I've never had the Bavarian pretzel from Germany, so I can't really comment
there's lots of other
that.
pretzels. I haven't had all the different types of pretzels
I can't
either.
comment on the other ones. So, because this is one I've had, and I've had it numerous times, and I like it. I really do. Like you said, it has just enough salt. It's not over salted. It's not like dry. It's not whatever. I enjoy it every time I've had it. So that's been my 4th choice.
No, for sure. So, all right, in my 4th place, this is where I put the Mickey-shaped Rice Krispie treats. So I absolutely love the Rice Krispie treats. For my whole life, I never liked Rice Krispie treats, never ate them. And then what happened was that we went to Disney and I bought one of the pre-packaged Rice Krispie treats. You can just get in any of the stores. So they're already like packaged up like, in the plastic. And I was bringing it back for someone as a souvenir for them. And the person ended up never eating it. So it was just sitting in the closet. So I was like, well, I guess I'll have it since it wasn't going to expire anytime soon. But I was just like, well, the person I bought it for, it wasn't eating it. So I was like, all right, I'll have it. So I ate it. And as I was eating, I was just like, wow, this is actually really good. let me tell you something. This is like great. So when we went down there, then I was like, well, let me get one of the fresh ones that like the actual bakery sell fresh rather than just the prepackaged ones that are made off site. So I got one of the fresh ones, and then that launched a whole love for me. I had never had a Rice Krispie treat. Literally my entire life, I never ate Rice Krispie treats. But when I had that one, I was like, honestly, this one's pretty good. And honestly, when I eat other Rice Krispie treats, they aren't really that good. Like when you buy them from the grocery store or whatever, it's like the way that Disney,
because they're made with different,
the way that Disney makes, or I should say, like a fresh Rice Krispie treat, it just tastes better, I guess is really what it is, rather than like the prepackaged ones overall. Because for instance, I've made my own homemade Rice Krispie treats, and I do like those too. Like a fresh Rice Krispie treat is really what I prefer. And again, the Mickey ones or the Disney ones taste so good. They're so fun and the Mickey shaped. And I will say that specifically for Disney World, because when I went to Disneyland Paris, I did get the Rice Krispie treat there because I was like, oh, I have to get it. It was not good. And I think it's mainly just because France doesn't put as much sugar in their food the way America does.
Down the sugar. Yeah.
It's not nearly as sweet as American food.
Dessert's not good unless it's got lots of sugar.
Yeah, it's like, American food, anyone's eating American food knows, like they always make the jokes all our food's full of sugar and fat and everything. But it is because it tastes a lot better to me. Now, I'm sure other countries think our food is too sweet and too sugary. But at the same time, if that's what you know, then when I had the one in Disneyland Paris, I was like, this is no flavor. It's like I'm eating cardboard.
I have not had a Disney, I don't remember the last time I ever even tasted Rice Krispie treat.
Yeah.
Next time we go to Disney, I really should taste
maybe
one.
You should just take a bite of mine just
of
to
yours,
see.
just to see. And I bet you 10-1, if I take a bite, I'll go, ooh, that's good.
Especially too, because it's so fresh as well.
Yes.
I think that's really what makes it, is the freshness of it.
I think I'll have to try one.
Yeah. So my favorite one to get is the one, so it kind of depends because sometimes you can find them in other places, but usually in Main Street Confectionery in Main Street of Magic Kingdom, you can get the Rice Krispie treat that's dipped a little bit in chocolate with the M&Ms on top, the branded M&Ms. Now, if you're not always, sometimes the resorts around Magic Kingdom, like Contemporary Resort, Polynesian, everyone, they will also sell the ones with the M&Ms. Otherwise, you get it what they call Candy Krispies, which is basically like an off-brand candy that's similar to M&M, like the chocolate
I didn't realize
candy coating. Yeah, so the M&Ms are kind of exclusive to Magic Kingdom. Then one time, though, again, I did see it in the Contemporary Resort, so that's why I was like, all right, so it depends if they're doing shipments out.
Right.
But it was interesting because you don't always see the M&Ms everywhere. Now, again, I don't know what the licensing is.
Most people like
M&Ms.
me would probably never notice because, like I said, I'm not paying attention.
Because I eat them a lot.
Yes, you eat them a lot, so you know the difference. I'm looking at it going, oh, look at that, M&Ms.
But every once in a while, you can see the M&M ones other places. Otherwise, it's the Candy Krispie ones. But they taste very similar, if I'm being honest. So, but that one's my favorite one to get. Now, I have done the make your own Rice Krispie that you can do at Goofy's Candy Co. in Disney Springs. And honestly,
that's right, you did it on you.
When I did that, I was like, honestly, I kind of, because you can put all these toppings on it, you can do all this stuff, dip it in all this stuff, get the sauces on it. And I was like, honestly, I really just like it dipped in a little bit of chocolate with the M&Ms. That's really all I need.
Classic.
I don't need anything too crazy
like
in my
classic.
Rice Krispie. So, and even just like a plain Rice Krispie, honestly, because it's like the freshness of it. So, but yeah, I do love a Mickey shaped Rice Krispie.
I never liked them much when I used to have them. So, like when I used to make them for you guys when you were really small, I just never really got into it. So I'll have to try them.
Yeah, I think when I was a kid too, that's a good point, because when I was a kid, I never really liked touching sticky items, and Rice Krispie treats are inherently kind of sticky. But in Disney, they're served on a stick, so you never actually touch.
Whoever knew that,
stick,
I could just put them on a stick.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason when I was a kid, I didn't love it because I didn't like having to touch it.
It dawned on me to put them on a stick.
Yeah, now as an adult, it's like I just wash my hands afterwards if I touch it or something like that. But as a kid, it's like, you're still learning. So, but you do get it eaten on a stick, which is nice. And sometimes usually the Rice Krispie treats don't fall off the stick, but you can risk it like falling off the stick too. So you have to be careful.
Well, the also thing was when you were young, you really weren't crazy about them, and they were a pain in the butt to make. So I didn't usually make them on a normal basis if nobody was going to eat them.
For sure. All right, now what is your number 3?
Okay, my number 3 is chocolate. The big Mickey chocolate chip cookie with the ears and the top of the hat. Dipped in chocolate.
Yes, that's the big
my
chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, that's my third. Whenever we usually go to the confectionery, I usually get that. If I'm really going to have a snack, I get that because I enjoy eating that. It has that little bit of chocolate. It's a really good chocolate chip cookie, and I think it's fun. Yeah. So I eat that one.
No, I definitely like that cookie too. So this is like the giant cookies, right? So Disney usually does the giant chocolate chip cookie, and usually there's a sugar cookie as well. That they're really huge, and then the ears are dipped in the chocolate, and then the chocolate chip cookie usually has the drizzle. The sugar cookie doesn't always have the drizzle. It depends. So recently we've been seeing a lot of the sugar cookie with the yellow and the pineapple on like the one of the ears. We've never had the sugar cookie before, so I don't know if the sugar. I think
that Daddy has ordered the sugar cookie once. I think we tried
I don't have
that
I don't have a photo.
But none of us
one,
are really a sugar cookie. Like if it was a shortbread cookie, then it would be different. But a sugar cookie really doesn't do.
Yeah, I do like sugar cookies, but I'm very picky about sugar cookies too. So I'd be curious.
Chocolate
to see.
chip kind of catches your attention more.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't normally have like a dessert, but if I do, I like that cookie.
For sure. No, I do think that is a good cookie. All right, in my number 3, I have the churro waffle. The churro waffle that you can get that is Mickey shaped.
I've never had that.
So when I posted photos of it, my mom was like, I need to have that.
I need to have one of those.
Churro waffle.
She told me I have to go on a cruise to do it.
Well,
It's
the
not
churro
happening.
waffle is a very exclusive item. So
Yes.
basically what it is, it's a waffle, but it's made out of the churro ingredients and dipped in that cinnamon sugar churro mix. Now, the reason why I think this tastes good is because, one, I find churros to be a bit dry whenever I eat a churro, just because it's a fried dough, of course.
Yeah,
but
churro's
because
not
they're
a
so
first choice.
skinny, sometimes I find that the churro can be a little bit dry. So it's like sometimes churros are good, sometimes they're just a bit too dry for me. And while I do like waffles as well, I like the churro waffle because you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get all the flavor and the crispiness of the churro, but it's not dry because it has the moisture of the waffle in it.
inside.
So it was so good. When I went on my first Disney cruise, we had them. It was on our last full day for breakfast in the buffet. And you can get as many as you want, right? So they were so good. They were fantastic. Me, Tyler, and Shannon all said these are like the best things you'll ever eat in your entire life. Now, they are a very exclusive item. There's only one place in all of Disney World you can get the churro waffle, and that is at the buffet line at Crystal Palace for breakfast. So, yeah, so either you're going
I've
to...
not been there in years.
Yeah, so either you pay to get into the buffet for
I'm not
Crystal
paying
Palace.
for churro waffles.
You can get churro waffles
I can
there.
live without them.
Or again, it's not even on every single Disney cruise line either. It's
Right.
technically only in some of the Disney cruise line
Right.
sailings. But yeah, but it's a very exclusive
Wouldn't that
item.
be disappointing? I go on a cruise just so I can.
Well,
have the
we'd be
churro
going on one of
waffles.
the newer cruises like the Wish or the Treasure or something like that. So I think that's what
I'm
it
not
means. I
going.
think something like the Dream and the Fantasy and the
I
Magic.
gotta
think they
tell
don't
you
always
though, they
have it.
did look good.
It is absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, so the only place you can get it though in Disney World is Crystal Palace. So I think it'd be interesting because we had talked about maybe doing breakfast at Crystal Palace. That is in Magic Kingdom, and that is the character dining buffet with Winnie
I
the
thought
Pooh.
that every time we did it, food was
when we were
excellent.
kids, I remember
Yes.
we did it way back
Well, you were
when.
kids, but even I was an
Yeah.
adult eating the food, and I thought the food was excellent.
Well, we could go back, get the
Oh,
churro
God, no.
waffle.
No.
We can meet Pooh
no,
and
that's
Tigger
okay.
and Piglet.
We don't need to spend all that money to meet Winnie the Pooh and
well, that's what I'm
Tigger
saying.
and-
Like, it's $50 worth getting
Yes,
the churro
$50
waffle.
is not worth
You know,
churro
it's like one of those
waffles for me,
things.
yes.
So,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, perhaps maybe when I have kids, we'll do that because we'll want to do the character breakfast.
Okay, that will do. Yes, you have kids, and then we'll go to the character.
But watch by
breakfast.
the time we do that, they're going to take the churro waffle.
I know
out
they're
of
going to
there.
get it off the buffet.
It'll be gone.
We'll go all the way
so-
there. But the kids will still enjoy it.
Yeah, but it is interesting that it's like it's such a good item and it is very exclusive.
Yeah.
So
I thought that with that and well, I don't know how the Mickey buffet is anymore because they've changed it so many times. The one in the Contemporary, Chef Mickey's, we've been to that one. But like I said, that buffet was one of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's still one of the best. I liked. So we'll worry about it in the future.
All right, and what is in your number 2?
The chocolate Mickey bar.
The premium bar.
Yeah, the premium bar. The premium Mickey bar is my number 2.
Yeah.
It was kind of tied with number 1, so I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But the Mickey bar makes it's sort of a tie between my second and first choice. But the Mickey bar, I mean, I just love it. I just love it.
iconic.
It's just, it's just dark chocolate with white vanilla ice cream. And I'm not a big ice cream eater all the time, but I happen to like the Mickey bar.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair. In my number 2, I have the beignets here. So another exclusive item because you can only get them in a few places in
Right.
all of Disney World. So in Disney World right now, you can always get them at Sasagula's in the Port Orleans. So
Which is
that's
where
the
we
number one place.
usually always got them.
And for a limited time, they had them in Magic Kingdom when
they have
Shannon's
them no
Bayou
more?
Adventure. It's not currently being served right now. It kind of goes in and out of when they do serve the beignets
I'm hoping they're
there.
serving them when we're there.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But again, it's like the churro waffle, a very exclusive item. So it's like if you want to get the Mickey shaped beignet, you got to go for it. You got to go searching
we
for
used
the
to go to
beignet.
Port Orleans just to get them.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a really good item, though. Of course, another fried dough, basically.
Yes,
just with
fried
some powdered
dough.
sugar.
Things I don't normally eat.
I remember
When you're on
one of the-
vacation, it doesn't matter.
I remember when the first, now I feel like the beignets are a big thing, of course, but I feel like before they became really big, I remember when we went there and like Sasagula's wasn't even called that yet, right?
No.
It was like they didn't have the whole thing for the beignets yet.
Yeah.
And I remember I was watching the girl, in the back and she like put them, like ordered them fresh. So she put them in the little fryer and I watched her put us in the fryer, flip them over, take them out and put the powdered sugar in the bag
Yeah.
for us. And I was like, this is wild.
Amazing, and they were
then-
so good.
Yeah, and then when you hold that, it is like so hot in your
Yes.
hand, so fresh. And
So
it's just
good.
like, how do you
Yes.
even eat this?
Like being in New
So-
Orleans. Oh.
Yeah. Was that your number 1, the beignets?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
why. I couldn't make up my mind between the Mickey bar and the beignets, Mickey bar and the beignets, Mickey bar and the beignets. So they kind of tie. I really do like the beignets. And like I said, knowing me again, I don't eat a lot of carbs. I don't eat a lot of sugar. I try to stay away from all that stuff. But when I'm on vacation and it's there, I just can't resist.
Yeah, it's
they're
worth
just
it.
so good.
No, because they're so
And I
good.
like them just with the sugar on them.
And I think that's the thing too. It's such like a simple flavor, but
Yes.
it's so classic.
They give
and
you the
that's what kinda
sauces,
makes
and
it.
I think, what do we like? The
So you have the chocolate
caramel
sauce or the
sauce.
caramel sauce.
I like the
Yes.
caramel sauce a little bit.
I like both. They're
Yeah,
good.
a little bit. But I would rather just eat them plain with the powdered sugar on them. And to me, they're like, that's the French zeppoli. It's like the French zeppoli, the other one. It's like just so good. They just, and like you said, when they make them fresh, you can't beat them.
Yeah, it's very fresh and they're very fluffy too. Is
Yes.
what's nice as
fluffy,
well. Like, you definitely
delicious.
like the
So
fluffiness of it.
I do enjoy my beignets. So it was a big tie between the two.
Yeah, because my number one is the Mickey Premium Bar, and I picked Mickey Premium Bar as number one because it's one of those things where it's like, of course you can go to any grocery store and buy a vanilla ice cream bar coated in chocolate, and you know they all kind of taste similar to a certain extent. I think the Mickey Premium Bar being such an iconic treat in a general sense in Disney World just has to make it number one. Like for instance, when I went with all of my friends as well for my bachelorette, everyone wanted to have a Mickey Premium Bar because they're like, we've just seen photos of it and like, you know,
yes,
people talking about it. Right. You just want to get it, you know, you just want to see what it's all about and be like, oh yeah, this is great. This is
and
perfect.
you're eating it in Disney World.
Yeah. So no, and like you can buy the Mickey Premium Bars in the grocery stores, but they are made different.
Yeah.
So the chocolate coating is thicker in the parks than it is in the grocery store ones. It's a little bit thinner. It still tastes very good, of course. I have gotten them before, but yeah, it's a little bit thinner though is all.
Okay.
So the park ones
I've not had one outside
are still
the park.
different. And yeah, they're just so good. It's hard to beat.
And you can get them
Mickey
anywhere.
Premium Bar.
I mean, you know, you feel like a Mickey Premium Bar. All you have to do is look around to find a cart, and you can have them anywhere.
For sure. All right, let's get into some honorable mentions now because there are just a lot of Mickey-shaped snacks in a general sense. Like when I was looking it up, I was just like, wow, there's a lot of things that are Mickey-shaped. So my first one on here was the waffle, just the plain old waffle.
Okay, plain old waffle. Almost made my list.
Yeah, that's just saying. I love the waffle as well because it's funny when you think of like French toast, pancakes, waffles. Like when you have to rank the top 3 griddled breakfasts, waffles are always my number 3. They've never been 1 or 2 for me. It's like when I was a kid, pancakes was number 1, and then now it's French toast is number 1.
French toast is my number 2. 1, yes.
But yeah, so yeah, French toast is still my number 1 as well. They got to do a Mickey shaped French toast one day, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but the waffle here, I think waffles are good. I've never disliked a waffle, but a Mickey shaped waffle is even better. Yeah, definitely even better. And it's funny because when we went to Grand Floridian Cafe, my fiance had ordered the waffle and chicken, the fried chicken waffles.
I've had that.
Fried chicken waffles. So when he ordered it and it came, he was laughing because he didn't expect the waffle to be Mickey shaped. And he was like, he had never seen it before at that point because he had never seen like the Mickey shaped waffles. He didn't know it was a thing. So he was like giggling, being like, oh my gosh, of course the waffle is Mickey shaped. He was like, why is the chicken not Mickey shaped? You know?
That's a little harder to do, but they do it in chicken nuggets.
Yeah. But he said it was very good though, so it was very cute when he got that. All right, for another honorable mention, I have the Mickey shaped pizza from Disneyland Paris. Now I got this twice in the Bella Notte restaurant, or Bella Notte restaurant, which is right by It's a Small World. They do sell it in other areas as well of the park, but I only went to that place.
I've never had a Mickey shaped pizza.
It was very good, I will say. It's funny because the pizza is quite large. It is technically a personal size pizza, but it is pretty big, so you could definitely share it if you wanted to. But what's funny is that I think this is more of a European thing than just a Disney thing, but they don't, like, especially when I went to England, when you order a pizza, they don't always slice it for you. You just cut your own slices.
Your own slices out.
Whereas in America, usually, even if you order a whole pie, they pre-slice it for you. So when you get it, it's just like one big gigantic pizza.
So you have to get a knife
and
and fork.
they cut it just down the middle.
Oh, they do cut it down the middle.
I didn't know that, like, maybe I should cut it up more. So I just picked up the whole half and just ate it like that until I realized people around me were like cutting it into smaller slices with a knife and fork.
Using their fork
and I was like,
knife.
well, here I am looking like a crazy American just like eating
their pizza like you were in New York.
But I was like, I didn't know that. It's just like, well, in America, they pre-cut it for you. So in my head, I'm like, well, it's 2 slices.
That's it. It's 2 slices of pizza.
But I did think it honestly tasted very good. But yeah, I thought it tasted honestly very good, though. I thought the sauce was very good. The cheese was good. And it looked so cute, though. So I actually got it twice when I was there. Because I was like, well, I might as well go back because it was really good. Another honorable mention we have is the cookies and cream sandwich. So
I saw that. Yeah, I've never had that, actually, because that doesn't interest me.
Yeah, because you're not a big Oreo person like that. So.
And an ice cream sandwich is not as good as the Mickey bar.
Yeah, it's like I do like it because I like Oreo. So like that's why I have gotten it in the past as well. I do like the Mickey Premium Bar over the cookies and cream sandwich. But again, it is very good. But I also like it too because you can see Mickey's face on it. So it's kind of cute where you can see Mickey's face. Another one of my honorable mentions is the cookie that you had mentioned because it is a very good cookie as well. I also had the cinnamon roll too, also on my honorable mentions, which is also a very good cinnamon roll. But I do think that the Gaston's Tavern cinnamon roll is better than the Mickey shaped cinnamon
different
rolls.
style cinnamon roll.
Yeah, it's a different type of cinnamon roll. And I do think that cinnamon roll tastes better. Like
that's not Mickey shaped, so I couldn't put that on the list.
But yeah, but I do like that Mickey shaped one. And then for my last honorable mention, I know I had like so many honorable mentions, honestly, was the gummies. So the little gummy bears you can get that are Mickey shaped.
The Mickey. Yeah,
so they're technically called. Yeah, they're technically called like Mickey and Friends because they're all different shapes. So it's like Mickey, Minnie, Goofy. You know, all the friends are in the shapes. Now, way back when I was a kid, it used to just be the classic Mickey shape as well. And then over the years, they've changed the mold. So
a couple of times over the years, they weren't even out. They made them sour or this or that or.
Yeah. So right now it's like Mickey and Friends. It's all different shapes, but I do love a gummy bear. So the Mickey shaped gummy bears also had to make the list. But yeah, here are. I actually Googled a list of all the different Mickey shaped items you can get. There were like cakes. There were like the mousses from
there's
Emirates.
So much. Yes.
There's the lollipops. There's so much.
Chicken tenders, things, all kinds of stuff.
Well, we don't have the chicken nuggets in Disney World.
They don't have those in Disney World?
Not in Disney World. They're in Disneyland Tokyo.
Even in like some of the little places?
No, they're not in Disney World. They're in Disneyland Tokyo, though. You can buy them in the grocery store. Ironically
that I
enough.
know, yeah,
So
but
I've had them from the grocery
I
store.
thought maybe they had them in some of the fast food places.
No, they do not. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of an exclusive item to Disneyland Tokyo. And people have wondered why they have not brought those over to Disney World yet.
Yeah, I'm
So
surprised because
sure-
those would be a big seller for kids.
Yeah, I'm sure they will one day. I suppose we'll see. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so I think that would be a really fun item. But yeah, all right, that was the best Mickey shaped snacks. So now normally in this section of the podcast, we go into a little bit of Disney news, but we are pre-recording this podcast because this podcast is actually my wedding podcast, because in real time when this gets posted, I would have gotten married yesterday. In real time.
Oh, this is the Monday after your wedding.
Yeah,
okay.
this one's being posted the Monday after I get married. I'm having a Disney themed wedding basically. So that's why this one is like, I want to do like a fun episode for my wedding week. But yeah, but in real life, this is when I would be getting married. So we're pre-recording because we have a lot kind of going on in the month of August. So I say that we almost pre-record every single podcast, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, both of us have very busy lives and we don't really live close together, so we can't.
And it's funny because it's like, to me, I'm like, I'm having a summer wedding, but in Disney like fashion, it's basically Halloween already because the whole parks would be decorated for Halloween. So
By the
it's
time
just
August
like,
comes, right.
in a weird way, it's just like, well, I'm having a Halloween wedding according to Disney.
Right.
So I don't mind that at all. But there is no other Disney birthdays, but we do have one birthday in our personal lives on August 21st. It is my friend Abby's birthday. So happy birthday to Abby. All right. And then this is where we would have our Disney memory. So you have a Disney memory for today's podcast.
I remember getting them in the summer when you were kids and the heat being so high that we had to eat those bars so fast.
I used to eat kind of slowly when I was a kid.
Yes, man, I used to like take
Now
our time.
Now I eat my food in,
Mickey
like, 2
bars
bites.
melting all over the place, going, trying to hold a napkin under it so you didn't have to worry about the Mickey bar melting. But they were just so good, you just couldn't say, oh, it's too hot to have a Mickey bar. We have to have a Mickey bar. So when you say memory, that's what jumped into my head.
Yeah, no, I remember that too, that it's like, yeah, they'd be melting so quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day, there weren't also as many options, of course, for treats and snacks or
No,
whatever.
not like they have now.
It's like the Mickey bar was the thing to get.
It was the thing to get.
There wasn't
Mickey
anything
bar and
else.
popcorn and the pretzel were the three things to get. That was it.
And popcorn's not even Mickey shaped.
No, it's not even Mickey shaped.
That's why it's not on this
list.
list.
Yeah, when
It's
it's
not Mickey
hot and
shaped,
sticky
yeah.
outside and you want an ice cream, they used to have chocolate covered bananas and Mickey bars.
They still have the bananas.
They still have the
yeah.
bananas, I think. I don't eat bananas, so I never pay attention to that.
Yeah.
But the Mickey bar was always something. And memory-wise, we got them all the time. And yes, it was hot, and they would melt really quick.
I know, but they're still so good though,
Yeah.
even to this day. And that's what's one of those things where it's like one of the treats that really, land the test of time type of
Yes.
thing. It's like the frozen banana is still there, but frozen banana is a little bit different
Yes,
than,
it is
than
different.
the Mickey bar necessarily. But apparently it is good. My friend Allegra, when we were there, she got the frozen
got the
banana
frozen
with the
banana.
nuts on it. And she said it was very good. So I don't like bananas, so I could have never,
no.
I could have never gotten that. The other one, I know two people really love is when they get the frozen lemonade thing. That's kind of like the icy.
Oh, yeah, the ice, right.
That's another one I remember when we were
Yeah,
kids, they did
that's always
have,
good,
but we
too.
never really got that because I was never really into like the ices like that.
What's your memory?
So I think one of my memories of, well, I was kind of thinking the same thing as when I was a kid, that the Mickey premium bars would be just melting all over the place. But that's, it's one of those things you just can't help it. But I guess another memory I would have would be when we used to get the little gummy bears, or a lot of the Mickey shaped treats, honestly, whenever you get them, it's like, where do you start, right? So it's like, do you start eating from the ears? Do you start eating from like the little face
God,
or whatever?
I never thought about that.
I almost always eat the ears, but when the gummy bears were the actual classic Mickey shape, that was my favorite thing, was that I would bite, because they're tiny, right? The little
You just
gummy
bite the
bears.
little ears off?
I would bite just the little baby little ears off, and then I would look at it and be like, now Mickey can't hear anything. And then I was like, wow, I'm being very sadistic right now. But
Yes.
when I was a kid, I used to
Well,
love
it was
doing
just
that. It was just
amusing.
like, it was
It
just the
amused
texture
you.
of doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, and the apples too. We didn't even talk about the Mickey shaped apples that they have, all those apples.
Oh,
but
we
the
got one of
caramel
those
apples.
once.
I used
Actually,
them when I was a
once we
kid,
did
yeah.
buy. I didn't even think about those, but they wouldn't be one of my favorites because they're so big, and I'm not really a big.
Well, we're not big caramel apple people.
Although I'm not an apple eater, when it's cased in all that stuff, I don't mind eating the apple. I actually like it. I didn't even think about the apples because we never get them. They're too
Yeah, we
big.
never get them.
And unless you've got like 2 or 3 people to share it with you, once
yeah.
you cut it, that apple goes brown. So you have to cut
It's
it.
one of
and
those
eat
things
it.
too. A lot of the apples, at least in Disney World, are also made with green apples, which usually is the preferred apple for most people. I don't like green apples though, so I
They're
don't
a
know if I
little
would
tougher.
like it.
They're like they hold their.
Yeah, I don't really like
thing a
green
little
apples
bit.
as
Right.
much. Also, I don't, unless you have them pre-cut the apple for you, which Disney will do if you ask them, they'll cut the apple for you. I don't like biting into fruits like that. So
Yeah.
it's like I would never bite into it. And so they would have to cut it, but then I couldn't even take a photo of it because they'd have to cut it. So
No,
then
like I
what
said,
is
as
the
much
point?
as I don't mind one piece of it because it's very good with the piece,
Yeah,
the
I have heard it's very
crispiness of the
good,
apple
yeah.
and the chocolate or the caramel or whatever's on it.
I feel like that's an item I would need to buy to take home with me so I could take photos with it, and then when I get home, then cut into it
Then
and
cut
eat
it to
it.
pieces.
But again, I don't know if I'd really love it because again, it's like I don't really
Well,
like green
you have
apples
to eat
that
the whole
much.
thing because it goes bad. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you could keep it a day, maybe if you put it in the refrigerator, but still, it's
sure.
just one. Like I said, it was one of those snacks that always like is interesting, but it did not even make my
Yeah,
list.
it's hard because they look so pretty too,
know, they're
right?
so
It's like they
pretty.
look so nice. It's like when you see the Sorcerer Mickey apple.
Now, if they
I've
made
always
little
wanted that
mini
one.
apples, like that, I would have
apples
one.
don't really grow mini.
I know, they don't grow mini apples. They're always
But
big.
they started doing the cake pops now that have the same design.
Yeah, but that's
Does
cake.
that?
That's different.
Well, I do like a cake
Yes,
pop,
I don't like a
though.
cake pop. I'm not a cake pop person.
Yeah.
So I'm not a cake person. So I would never go for that. But if they made a little apple with all the stuff, I would
again,
be
they
happy.
don't really grow little apples.
No, they'd have to grow. Mickey would have to figure out how to engineer a mini apple in Epcot. In the land, they have to figure out how to engineer a small apple.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's so funny though. All right, thank you for everyone for listening to this week's episode of the podcast. Make sure you let us know on our social media what is your favorite Mickey-shaped items that you like to eat in the parks. We'll definitely have a dedicated Instagram post for this episode, so you can let us know that. We'd definitely love to know. Make sure you give us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a comment down below as well. It's like, which Mickey-shaped snack is your favorite? Would love to know. And again, this is my wedding week, so we'll have a podcast episode real soon about throwing a Disney wedding when you're not in Disney World.
Right.
So that will be very fun though. So, all right, thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next week.